Hi, this is Charlie and welcome back to Let's Play Rule the Waves 3 as Japan, 1890, currently in 1897. Come out of a war with China 3 years ago and we've just been making armoured cruisers for the past 3 years, so let's have a look what everyone is. China's kind of destroyed from our last war, though they did save a lot of their armoured cruisers. And they've been making a ton of corvettes as well, but however on the battleship front, there's UK and France and Russia with a scary amount of pre-dreadnought battleships each. Also a scary amount of cruisers for them and also Germany. Geopolitics wise, we kind of have a bit of tension with France and China, although because of the game mechanics, we're losing tension with China quite often because they're they're weak, and two, we just had a war with them. And we're I'd say we're net gaining tension with Russia. Mainly due to the Sakhalin Island tension increase. We did get an ally in the USA, although I'm kind of regretting that now, because when we had that event, I'm not sure if it would have got us it with Germany, because Germany we had free tension with them, we had 0 with the US. That's partly why I picked USA. The other part was that Germany had I think it had 4 or 5 tension with France. And I did not want to get dragged into a war with France and the UK, not when they have the most ships combined. No thank you. Trying to get into another war with China, but it doesn't seem to be happening. That would kind of leave the France or UK bloc, which I don't want, or the Russia-Italy bloc, where we have USA to help. Now, I'm not sure how that would go, because I would assume a lot of their ships are cramped, short accommodation, particularly the pre-dreadnoughts, so they won't. I imagine they wouldn't be able to reach the Far East. In theory, at least for the legacy ships, probably. However, there's no way to check that with intelligence. Or maybe there is, and maybe I just need high intelligence. But with that being the case, and me not particularly trusting America, or rather, me not trusting the computer to help us properly, and with the fact that just Italy and Russia themselves outnumber us, even though we're in the Far East, I'm not sure how it would go. I could definitely see them. I could see it going one of two ways. I could see like half the ships staying in the Baltic and Mediterranean, while they send a few cruisers and pre-dreadnoughts to the Far East, or I could just see them sending like the entire fleet to the Far East. I don't know how the computer will respond in that case, about whether they're going to throw literally everything at us, and if they do throw everything at us, well, we can't even defend against one of them. Definitely with America, we could do good, but it just depends on how the AI sends the forces, which I'm not too sure on. So because it's 2 of them, I'm not going to act on Russia. However, if I didn't check this, but when the alliance with them breaks, that's when I'll be checking them out. We haven't really got any new tech in the past 3 years. It's just been literally next turning to make more armoured cruisers. We've got 1,000 developments, it's something at least. Curiously, our possession development didn't go up. I'm assuming only the home development increases as time goes on then. And yeah, we're making some pre-dreadnoughts and armoured cruisers, trying to get the armoured cruiser count up, because I feel armoured cruisers are kind of the best early game, especially with how inaccurate, or rather the best before the dreadnought era, particularly because pre-dreadnoughts, the accuracy on the big guns are just so bad due to the -2 quality. And so I really would like to get our armoured cruiser count up a little bit. And not only that, but these pre-dreadnoughts are gonna just go obsolete very fast. Although they will be useful for the blockade value, which is why I'm saving some old ones still. Looking at our budget for the next 3 years, budget of about 14.5k per month. We're making a lot of ships right now, so we're kind of in the red. But after about a year, this will disappear after around a year. So taking our budget into account without the construction, getting the yearly amount, and then taking a year's worth of this, that's all it'll take to make our 2 pre-dreadnoughts and 4 armoured cruisers right now. We get about 270k money to make stuff. Want to expand docks because still can't make our pre-dreadnoughts in Japan. Want to still make armoured cruisers. I kind of want to make the torpedo boats with destroyers, but I just can't make a 300-ton destroyer that I like. It would have to be about 24 knots with 1 3-inch gun to have 2 torpedo launchers. So I kind of want to wait for 400-ton, but 400-ton would be 2 or 3 years out. But if that's the case, we could definitely make them during the last year of this 3-year plan here. We do, with that in mind then, I wanted to make about 8 new armoured cruisers during this period, and about 4 new light cruisers. This will just help us out in all the cruiser actions, and make sure, or for the future, and make sure that we can win them. And even if we do get in a fleet action, if we're going a bit heavier on armoured cruisers here, we can just run away with them. And yeah, these are the 2 new designs, just with armoured slopes, or rather slope design armour. Exactly the same as the Shimosa and the Nizumu, just have sloped armour. So the option was to make more pre-dreadnoughts, but I don't think I want any more now. I think I might have made too many. I might have been a little bit scared of China's ones, but we sunk them relatively easy with our superior, more heavily gunned ones. I don't particularly want to make corvettes. I never liked corvettes. You know, to me they're kind of the third, or I guess the 4th or 5th son of the family. They're not wanted, so to say. And this will kind of spend all of our money very, very nicely, and then we can assume like our budget going up a little bit as well, which will cover the maintenance increase and whatnot. Might want to make some destroyers in 99 if we get the tech then, and we're going to need some money for dock expansion and making more designs. I also feel that in the future, whenever tech buying comes up, just always take it. Because to me it just seems to be something you should always buy. So let's go into the game then. Okay, so here we are. We have the 2 pre-dreadnoughts making and 4 armoured cruisers making. This may just be an end turn first until stuff happens. I kind of want to, because tech buying seems to cost about 5-6k, I kind of want to have that available, so I'm just going to hold these for 2 turns to get the money up. The Shanghai batteries are making, which is good. They're making destroyers decrease. Yeah, and this is the little problem here with China, because it goes up but then it goes down. The Russia one is kind of nice right now though. We can resume these now, and we have the bit of a buffer for tech buy-in, which is good. And we'll just keep going. I was curious if this would have said whether they are short range or not. However, it does not say when the spy gets it. So they've made some new ships. Yep. Spain and US increases. Let's just have a look. Nah, they're at 4, but not anytime soon, I feel. We don't particularly have a preference for them. Which guy is he? Commands armored cruiser. Oh, and it automatically assigns someone, okay. I just wanted to make sure no one with like incompetence got control of it. Oh, nice, new torpedoes. 24 knot at high speed is good. It's still very, very short range. Yep. And make some new docks. And hopefully maybe our new, well, with the time of the year, we might not be making more pre-dreadnoughts, we might only be making dreadnoughts, and hopefully we can start making them at home. Although the dock tonnage size is still pretty low. Although everyone else's isn't too high. I thought like the UK would have been 18k maybe, so it's not too bad. Okay, that's nice. 12 inch -2. Yeah, it's not good. And Spain and USA increases again. Yeah, the problem is, even if we go to war with Spain, we can't even invade this, so it's kind of just gonna reset our tensions. Cell damage is nice. Okay. We're gonna make some armored cruisers now. Let's just have a look. Okay, we're gonna start making 4 of them. And I just wanted to have a look at our light cruiser design. Oops. Hakama. I'm still happy with it. It'd be armor. Yeah, armor changes. Armor changes would be good. Although increasing the speed would. I mean, it's increasing the cost. Let me just reset this. Increasing the cost by like 30% for, or maybe like 25 rather, for 1 knot. I don't feel like that's worth it for 1 knot. I mean, in that case, right? No, because this is like the lowest amount. Yeah, because it would have to be something like this to not get the penalty, yeah. And I'm pretty happy with these right now. They don't have the armor bonus from these two, but they're protected cruisers, so it doesn't particularly matter. Although one of them is quite important. I feel like after Kroop's armor gets researched, we'll definitely make a new design of probably everything. Ooh. We can do it at China, really. I'm surprised we can do it at China, particularly because of how weak they are. But yes, we will always do that. And what we're going to do, we're just going to do some ship stuff, because we have not done any for a little while. How many do I have here? That's 6. New division. These are kind of just the slow boys. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just add the new classes to here. And the slow boys are probably just going to go on like trade protection or something. Let me add these guys to there. And I believe we had a bunch of armored cruisers to do. Hakama. CA. Okay, so we want these to actually we want them to put them as a core and follow the first BB. We want these as core as well, and follow the second BB. These guys to be probably screen, right, for probably the third, because they have 4 battleships there, or 5. Yeah, 5. Yeah. Okay, I'll just change this a little bit to screen for the first BB. We'll put the light cruisers to be scout for the first BB. These guys can be scout for the third BB. Again, these were the better cruisers which were going to be part of the gun line, but now we have a bit more battleships that we don't need that. In this case, it probably makes sense to actually put them as scouts, not for the battleships, but for the armored cruisers. So there should be, because they'll still scout in front, because they're going to be in front of the first BB. Okay, in which case I want these guys to scout for the second BB. Scout for the second, or a second CA. And who's this one as well? Probably just put them as support for the second BB, because they don't really have anyone with them right now, and there we go. I'll just keep it turning. Yeah, I feel like I feel like it's always worth it to do it. I feel like it is always worth it to do it. Making some ships. Oh, this is very good. This is actually very good. We got 2 of these in a row, basically. That's +2 tension. We will definitely go with China again. Spain and USA increases again. I just want to make sure that they don't... Oh, yeah. Yeah, they might go to war, but... Do they have any ships there? No, they don't. Yeah, in this case then... That was quite a good windfall for us then, getting 2 of them. I'm wondering about what I should do with the status. Just make the 2 of these that I wanted. Well, I'll make the 4 that I wanted. Yeah, make the 4 that I wanted. Where would we be going? We'd be invading, like, probably, I kind of want Formosa. Yeah, I kind of want Formosa for the extra basing. So, which, it's in southeast, okay. I'm just thinking, because this is only 7. I feel like it's just going to go down. I feel like it's going to go down. So I'm going to hold off on mobilizing until it goes to maybe 8 or 9. Just because I feel like the chances are it's going to go down. I feel like it's going to go down. I'm picking this for the budget increase. I don't think this is going to increase tension with China. It is probably going to increase tension with UK, France, Russia like it did before, but it's lowered a little bit now, so I'll just cross my fingers and pray. Ah, I thought that was 400 ton then. Ah, fire control is good. Making more ships, got 2 new tech. Spain and USA increasing still. Oh, I increased 1 with Great Britain. That's perfectly okay with me. Ooh, although. Can we still make these? Because I believe they're set to make in Great Britain. It might be tension 5 that, or 6 that you can't make them out. Foreign nations? I think it'll be 5. I feel like we're about to get to war with Spain sometime soon. Weight savings is nice. Yeah, this is what I was thinking of. The chances are we were going to get one of these events to decrease it. Okay, so let's probably put them on high spy. Maybe there's a negative tension event there. Okay, and we'll keep going. Well, obviously China is meddling in the Balkans as damn Queen imperialists. Well, that's a lot of destroyers that everyone's just made. Yep. I know I said I'll do it at 8, but I still don't kind of want to do it. What type of fight would we get into? We'll get into a cruiser action. So I would actually want my armoured cruisers to be warmed up. So just in case, I'll put them on active. The battleships don't matter as much because they only have one. It'll be mainly the armoured cruisers. And I just want to check out the corvettes, because they're that spooky 10-inch gun corvette. Yeah, they kind of have a big gun, but they're slow, and they're just going to get destroyed by the light cruisers. Okay. Many more destroyers. Free Admiral. Oh, this is a lot of tensions right here. USA increases. Oh, so because we have free high, we just kind of get around the board. That's interesting. These two don't really matter. The China one's nice, but it's once again outdone by the reduction. Italy did increase twice. Okay. Oh, that's nice. Some extra dock size, probably 500. France reduced. Russia increases. And China increases. China increases is good. China increases good. Now we're at 9. If we get like one more event, we would be kind of pushed over to war. Let's just have a look. Do we have any like? I mean, everyone's kind of good. I do want to invade Formosa straight away, just so we can get that. I think that blockade strength is because things are like reserved. Yeah. I mean, in that case, right, I feel like I should just put one of the battleship divisions, the 3rd, down to Southeast Asia. Where are we? Southeast Asia. I don't know how much basing they'll take up, though. No, that'll be okay, I think. Actually, I can check that. Oh, they take up quite a bit of basing, never mind. You know what, I feel like the 2 Fusos can just go there. Like, they can just go there, that'll be okay. Cancel all the moves, yes. Oh, okay. Oh no. I don't want you to move though. Okay, that's a bit of a problem. Well, oh well, I'll just fix it next turn. Yep. A budget balance. The red there, yeah, you say. Ah, this is so sad. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. And we'll just send these guys back into northeast China. And move ships to northeast. And I just want to put the the mothballs. Okay, I would just put them. How much maintenance are they taking up? Look. a fair bit. We'll put them into Southeast Asia, and then we'll also put a couple light cruisers there as well, just to make sure that we can win. But I think we might need heavy. Deselected. Come on. I feel like we need, because cruise action. No, because they have 2 armored cruisers. We might as well go for the cruiser action. Might as well go for the cruiser action there and just put some armored cruisers there, like, I don't know, 3 there. And then we can also just put some of the worst CLs there as well. Probably these 2. The little legacy prototype ships. Yeah. Oh nice, there's another 500 game. Okay. This that's funny. It goes up by 2, it goes down by 2. Is this because of the Fusos going? Oh no, it's just we don't have enough. We have battleships there though. Why are the battleships there? Oh, I hope there's nothing funny going on with maintenance. Damage control is good. Italy, yeah, Spain, Germany, Italy. Oh, it hurts. It really hurts. In that case then we might as well decrease our readiness on the armored cruisers. I assume everyone's back here now. Oh, it's over. Okay. I thought they would have took like 3 up or something. That's okay. In that case, we'll just put that's weird. It doesn't show up there. That feels like a bug. Okay. We'll just put the colonial cruiser. Actually, no, just put all the armored cruisers back. New dock's done, that's good. Oh, I read this as battleship and I just saw the 3.5 belt. I was a little bit confused. Croup armor, okay. Okay. So that's a big one there, and our dock size just finished as well, so it could be useful for pre-dreadnought. Let's have a look, because that's a big armor improvement right there. Big armor improvement. Where are we? In that case, because we've got the croup, I'm going to put this to medium now. Yeah, I'm going to put it to medium. Because that was kind of the main thing I wanted there. Okay. So I'm going to have a little look at making some ships. Okay, so looking at our designs for the new armoured cruisers and protected cruisers, with the new Subarugi class, there's a Shuso class, but it just has sloped armour, that's the only difference. Looking at it, it's heavier as an extra knot to kind of compensate, a little bit expensive. The amount of guns is the same, but the secondary is strengthened. Mainly important because the secondary is made up of -1 quality guns, which means this might have some longevity in the future about upgrading them to 0 quality. So we'll see where that goes with that. And the belt is a fair bit bigger as well, so it can fight battleships at a bit closer range. Yeah, so I'm quite happy with it, although making stuff more speedier early on is difficult because it costs so much. Costs a lot to get the extra knot out, and it's the same with the light cruisers as well. If you wanted to get another knot out, it would increase the price by about 3,000, which is like, 25% cost for 1 knot. I don't think so. So we've gone with the Nikuma class. It's pretty much exactly the same actually. There's a bit of extra deck because there's extra space. However, this was made in 1890, and this was made in 1899. So this has 9 years of tech, including the 3 very important armor upgrades of Krupp and Harvey armor, and there might be a few more small ones as well, like to rate of fire with turrets or something. Although I think that's scrubbable. But overall, this is still very good because it's so cheap. It's so cheap and heavily armored, and I feel like it's okay for it to be 20 knots at this point. In another 10 years, that's going to change. Like, battleships are going to be going at almost this speed, I think. Or they'll be going at like 18 or 19. Yeah, they'll be going like around this speed. So they're good. They're good for now. And because of the gun quality again, same with the 4-inch as well. The 4-inch are 0s, I think. So there's always a chance you could get a 1. So there's some longevity there instead of giving them bigger guns, bigger -2 quality guns. Although in the future, if these are going to be refitted, I don't think they would be. The light cruiser is going to have a 6-inch primary armament. But I think that's if they use the armor scheme that isn't protected cruiser, so that doesn't affect this. So I don't think it's going to be refit, but there's some potential there, and it's still very good for the price. So very good for the price. So pretty happy about these 2 little ships here. They're pretty much just improvements of the last 2. But those were kind of optimized for firepower and cheapness with the displacement, getting the maximum amount of turrets without getting the rate of fire penalty. And they also have turrets instead of casemates, so they're a little bit more accurate. And same with the Subarugis, now that I remember as well, they also have the turret secondary instead of the casemate secondary, so that helps them a fair bit as well. Okay, so we've got them done, so let's go next turn, and we'll stock up a little bit so we can start producing. From the plan, these are the light cruisers that I already made these 4 light cruisers, which are the 4 that I wanted, although our budget's increased by quite a lot actually, so I feel like we might be able to get 4 more out, because this is about 40k more, so I feel like 4 more of these and also 4 more protected cruisers with the Nikima and 4 new armoured cruisers with the Subarugi are good. Oh, at least that'll get us to 18. Sorry, not 18. The start of the 20th century. Let's go. Raise raw expenditure, sure. I don't know who this will increase though. I don't know who it would increase. I don't want it to increase Russia because it's at 5. Oh, you know what? Well, if it increases Russia, that's fine. Then we'll come to that when that happens. Yep, it increased Russia. Of course it did. I was kind of hoping it would increase China. Prime Minister. It doesn't really matter. Well, it does because of the alliance, but if it happens, it happens. And we hopefully we'll get the weight. And ooh, there we go. Yeah, this is probably going to increase Russia again, but we're not going to say no to seizing Port Arthur, are we? Never mind. Never mind. The Manchurians have kicked us out. And it reduced twice. Yep, it increased. Okay. We'll pick 4 of them. Yep. Am I making docks right now? I'm not making docks right now. Once again, this event is going to just increase the European powers and not China. Yeah, like the 2 of them together, they just have so much. And I'm just not sure how the AI is going to react. I'm not sure how the AI is going to react. About whether they send the entire fleet down here, or whether they send parts of it. And I just noticed that Port Arthur went from Chinese to blank now. Yeah. Oh wow, we got a lot of budget actually. Do we? No, I'm too scared of the double lines. Even though I don't think it would do much, and yeah, it did affect the European powers, of course. So let's make some Subarugis. Not as useful because they've had the 2 armor upgrades and the sloped armor, but this is the croup armor at least, and it's a little bit better gun-wise as well. 5, yeah. We can go 2 and then in 3 months do another 2. Average. I feel like if you're the Japanese, well, actually, I'm not sure because I imagine there's some like nepotism definitely in the Navy, probably much more so in the Army than the Navy. But I feel like they would have punished him probably, and he was only average. They got croup. Ah, yes, and once again, this is going to increase Russia's stuff. I kind of want it to go down because I'm hoping for some sort of event to take over China, not China, to take over South or North Korea. And I'm just too scared of this because I'm not sure what exactly will happen. So we'll go down. I mean, this is all going to reset, because it's all going to reset. I don't really want it to reset, because then we have to build China up again. And once Russia ends its alliance with Italy, we kind of want to go onto Russia, so I don't want them to actually bring me into that. Where are they? Yep, rebellion, yep. So I don't mind the prestige hit for that. I think one more month and then make 2 more. International standing, Russian tension, prestige tension up. I'm okay just holding it right now. Ooh, oh no, that's a shame, that's such a shame. So we have our rangefinders now. In that case, we kind of need to do a big rework of some ships. Once these are finished construction, we're going to get the event to give them an extra month in dock to put the rangefinder on them, which will be fine. So in that case, there's no reason. If it was the CLs, I could just make it again. It'll probably be cheaper, but with the Subarugis, but would it? It would be 10%. Ah. Yeah. Topside, whoa, from the amount of stuff that they have. That's funny. That's... yeah. Lower the tertiary orbit. I'll just list these. I really hate not pressing the record button, but it was only like 3 months. I didn't even know what happened. Yeah, we've just been making some more ships. Armoured cruisers. We saw some tech from Russia just then as well, about armoured barrels. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what this is exactly. I think it's just for something rolling with the naval guns. I'll put everything onto reserve fleet, which I just need to send the rest on. That just came out of refitting all the rangefinders. Basically everything that I've made, so not the legacy ships, apart from the armoured cruisers, but everything that I've made has been refit to have the rangefinder. Okay, so let's go. We can dock, yes, because I noticed we had some money, because our budget has gone up a lot. Much more than what I was going to expect. So in this case, I guess maybe let's just have a look on like the British guns, or someone else, maybe France. Let's see if they have any like +1 or -1s rather. Yeah, they have -1 for 12. That could be good. But I feel like I don't want to increase our armoured, or I don't want to increase our pre-dreadnoughts until we get some more tech to make for the dreadnought age, because I don't like pre-dreadnoughts. Okay. Ooh, this is something good. Okay. Something good. Okay, we'll just quickly make some destroyers. Okay, so this is our Yukikaze destroyer. Managed to get 3 torpedo launchers on it. Goes 25 knots. I'd rather it have 3 torpedoes and go a little bit slower than it have one more, then have 1 less torpedo and go like 1 knot faster. 3-inch gun to 2-inch guns. Okay, let's make this. And we'll maybe 10 for 2 divisions. Sounds kind of good to me. Yeah, I don't want them to reset our tensions, so we're just going to take the prestige hit for that. Yes, and there we go. The double increase, but it comes with a triple decrease. They do not want to provoke us, they are not as strong as us, they know we can beat them. Although Spain and USA is constantly going up. Yukikaze 10. Yeah. And we'll make some more. I mean, just make 10 more. That'd be worth it. I feel like just make some more armed cruisers. Armed cruisers are always good. Because we got so much more budget than what I was expecting. Okay. In this case, I believe we're just going to try and wait out the alliance between these guys. Although he's a thought. Let me look at our torpedo tech. Yeah, well, 14 knots on low, 24 on high. The high one is too short. I was thinking we could just do some sort of like torpedo boat swarm, at least on any big ships like dreadnoughts. But how fast was it on high? Was it 14 or 15? 14. Let's just have a quick look at the worst dreadnoughts. They go 14 on some of them. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah. I feel like we could just go much heavier on torpedoes. Yeah. I mean, I'm happy to even make another 10 then. Because they're 3 torpedoes each. If there's a big conga line of pre-dreadnoughts, if they fire at it, it might not hit the one they're aiming at, but it's going to hit one of them in the conga line. So we'll just make another 10. And this can help shore up some of the difference, hopefully, in firepower. Especially because they're making a gross amount of... Oof. I'm pretty sure our armoured cruisers would be stronger though. They're a little bit faster, but also so much more armoured, so it's okay. It's okay. They've quite the free tier as well. Yeah, I feel like we might need some more light cruisers in this case then. I thought they didn't have very many. Oh, they had 31, okay. They might have made a batch in the past year or so. And another Cuban rebellion. Ah, so they ended up getting getting Port Arthur. I don't really care if tension goes up with Germany, to be honest. No, they've high on USA actually. So yeah, I don't actually mind that because we get prestige as well, I guess. Okay. Intelligence report. So that's us, right? We got this. A trade mission. We got turrets and gun mountings. Is this the dreadnought? What turret mounts? I don't know where this is. Probably here. Yeah, this must be it, right? For the dreadnought development. Okay, so I probably want to put that on medium. Now that this has gone to 400, I'm going to put it down to low actually. And because we're kind of getting out of pre-dreadnought, I'm going to kind of put HE to low and then AP to high as well. Okay. Go next. Tension's low. Oh, Spain holds onto Cuba again. Increases due to the rebellion. Oh, we also got 13k, okay. We'll increase our docks again. I don't think it's actually needed, but because we're Japan, I feel like we kind of have to build a super heavy battleship later on, just for the flavour, so we'll keep doing that. No, it's been 3 years, so that's probably a good time to stop. I actually thought it was 98. I didn't realise it was 99. But yeah, that's a good time to stop. So we're making all of this. The 20 destroyers. Yeah, our budget will be okay, but it might get further decreases, which will hurt. And I probably should have checked when the alliance was, because it would have been so nice to have 2 wars within 10 years for the extra development. Because currently this has only increased by 1,000 in 3 years once again, whereas we could have got 2,000 from 1 war. But hopefully, at least I want to say next year or the year after is when the alliance will run out, so we'll keep a check on that and then pounce on Russia, because I want to get Xingqiao and Sakhalin, maybe, oh gosh, I don't know what this island's called, Petropavlovsky as well, and it'll be much easier to defeat them once they're alone. And hopefully as well, we got the alliance with the USA after their alliance, so maybe we could get USA with us as well. Although I wouldn't really want them to take anything. I guess they could take. I guess. What's it called? Kamchatka. Yeah. So we'll end there. 1900s, start of the 1900s. Thank you for watching this Let's Play of Japan. 1890, now 1900. Thanks and cheerio out. Bye bye.